Not your average tabletop. Woohoo!
Welcome to Not Your Average Tabletop. I'm Zach.
And I'm Mac.
And today we're giving our first impressions of Luna Capital, which is actually a game I think I had played, it's been a couple years ago, with Jesse now. We've got an unboxing of this one. Probably filmed it before, well, for sure before we had this table. Who knows if we even had a table at all.
Probably
filmed it on the floor.
Probably on the worst camera.
It's an old video, so you can go check that out if you want to see some of the components.
Our fuzzy vid.
But yeah, finally got this one to the table with you.
It was on my Shelf of Shame video.
It was on your Shelf of Shame video? I could not remember.
Yeah, I thought that's why you pulled this one off.
No, this was because, spoiler behind the scenes, we've got a lot of unboxing videos that I've edited.
Unorganized.
We may have this whole sheet here of ones that we have unboxing videos for, but need to get played and filmed some first impressions for. So this was one of those.
All right. 2 birds, 1 stone.
Exactly. And yeah, I knew you'd wanted to play this one. You were very excited about it. You love space games.
They actually don't do me wrong too much.
Yeah, they actually don't do it. Surprising. I am not a big fan of space.
Yeah.
But their games, I don't know that I can name many that I've hated. So they always seem to be really good for me.
Yeah.
And I would say Luna Capital is probably no different than the other ones for me. I think it's a solid enough game. It reminds me a little bit of Cascadia. So in the game you are kind of building out your tableau of cards that you're putting tiles onto. So I guess that's where I'm thinking Cascadia. It's not quite the same. Cascadia I think has a little bit more interesting stuff going on, I would say.
With placement of tiles?
Yeah, with the placements. But this one, you're still trying to kind of create some patterns with how you are placing them out on the board around your personal cards, and they score in various ways. I think the way you go and draft them as well, you get kind of a card, and then you get all the tokens that come with it. I always like when there's kind of a double kind of thing. Like I think you mentioned, you would have preferred if we had a Cascadia thing where, so that's another reason why I think of Cascadia when I think of this.
I was like, I need a pine cone.
I need a pine cone to take from this and take this card. So they're 2 separate things. And that could have been cool to have something like that, that maybe you could do at least once a game or something. Because I do like that in Cascadia quite a bit. But yeah, this one, yeah, you are just building out your tableau, putting the tiles out there to score in various ways. Don't know that there's too much player interaction.
No.
There's one of the scorings that is depending on who has the most, but I'd say that's maybe the biggest.
Yeah, you're pretty much just working on your own thing the whole time, basically.
Yeah. Sometimes people could take what you want. You're kind of working towards the same goals, I guess, so that's where whoever can kind of finish it first will get that, and then no one else can score it. So it can be pretty significant. If one person's going for those and the other person just ignores them, probably going to be tough.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I guess was there anything else? You're just kind of drafting those, putting them out.
Well, the cards have to go highest to lowest.
That's
in
true.
that tableau thing, which is
the welcome to kind of thing.
Yeah.
Where you've got to have them in ascending order.
Yeah, but only per row. I think it was weird because you've got 3 rows, and you could have a 1, 2, and 3, but above it you could have a 8, 9, 10, and then one would build out this way and the other would build out the other way, depending on the number, which I thought was interesting.
Yeah, because some of the cards too have some of those tiles already kind of pre-printed on them, so it could matter how you position that in relation to other things, because there are some scorings where you want orthogonally adjacent groups. So it's well, I'd like this card to go here, but it's a number that doesn't really fit. Can I kind of put that above or below some of these other ones? And then they do have kind of mitigating little tokens you can get to kind of place on them to technically add them as any number in a way. So I like that mitigation as well. And yeah, I think that otherwise it's very quick in kind of drafting. You go through it pretty quickly, and kind of each round, each phase, there's like 4 phases in a round. I don't know if these are the technical terms that they use, but each time, so you take like 1 token that goes on your cards the first phase in the round, and then the second time you're taking 2 with a card, and then 3, and then 4. So I do like how it's kind of giving you a chance to kind of build up some cards, and you're still placing some tokens, but then by the end you're placing 4 of them out there. I do like how that kind of increases and just feels like, oh yes, by that 4th one I'm getting to do a lot. So I think that piece, having it increase like that, is one piece that feels a little bit different than other games, and I like that a lot.
Yeah, I thought that part was cool. It's kind of like, just take the best pile that you can get with the card combo, because you don't have a pine cone to switch cards and tiles. So that part I thought was interesting, balancing card versus tile, and then which tiles do you want out of 4, because you don't get to swap any of the tiles, you take what you take. So
yeah, I guess, where do you come down on this one with a score-wise?
probably a 6 at this point. I don't know. I didn't really love our playthrough of it. I thought there were some unique things, but at the same time, some of the scoring conditions for some of those tiles I just wasn't really enthused by. I don't know. Some things are cool with that, like getting a certain heart triangle thing like around a building or other scoring things, but I think that was just really challenging to get some of those tiles after you had placed so many cards, because at that point there was no coming back from some of those things. Like, you just can't, there's not a lot of opportunity for you to switch tiles around, and once you've laid cards, like adjusting that isn't really going to happen. So if you aren't planning well, and it's hard to plan because you only get so many tiles at a time, and you don't know what's coming next, you can definitely probably end up in not as an opportune spot as you'd like to. And since this one is so heavily relying on your tile scoring, I think that's maybe a little difficult. It was only my first playthrough of it, so definitely could improve upon further plays, just getting a better feel for that. That might just be where the problem was, and just not understanding how to build that tableau, but
yeah,
some cool pieces to it.
Yeah, there is at least a little bit of mitigation.
There is, if you can get it.
Yeah, it's not common, I would say. But there is a little bit where you can swap tile, but yeah, it's not the norm that you're getting a bunch of those, I don't think.
No.
So
you have to basically put most of
there
them.
is at least an option for that to potentially happen. So I like that they at least included some way, and I guess you could destroy technically and then place on top of that. But
yeah.
So there's kind of 2 ways, but yeah, not necessarily the funnest ways to do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I probably come in at maybe a 7.25. I think what hurts it is I really, really love Cascadia, and when I think of this game, that's the other game I think of, and I prefer that one. I've really grown to love that one, so I think it's got a hard thing to go up against. But for those of you that maybe just hate animals and nature, and love space, maybe this could be the one for you. Maybe you loved how it played, but you're like, gosh, I really hate animals. But I do love space.
Or if you just want a different dynamic, this will give you some of the mechanisms without.
Just a little bit different too.
Yeah. Scoring, all that.
Yeah.
The drafting is similar, but other than that.
Yeah, I would agree. And that's probably why it's still like a 7 to 7.25. I could see myself wanting to play this one occasionally because I do like what's going on there, and like I said, it's very satisfying. It'd be very fun. Obviously, the way Cascadia works, it wouldn't be able to work this way, but it'd be fun to kind of get like big groups, multiple chips of animals at the same time kind of thing, where like in this one, you're kind of getting 1, 2, 3, 4. it'd be fun to kind of get a bunch of animals at once every now and then. But obviously, the way it's currently set up, it does not work for that game. Which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can check out our unboxing video if you want to see all the components in there. That old one. I think it should be fine. It's just been sitting out there for a while, I think. So, me and Jesse never did shoot a first impression. I don't remember what he thought of it. He probably loved it.
So much
Sounds
that
like
he's
him.
never played it since.
He has not played it since, but I'm guessing he can't wait to try it again.
I'm sure.
But yeah, if you like the video, give us a thumbs up, subscribe for future videos, and as always, don't forget to keep on nibbling on our content.